All right. Welcome back into the channel. I, of course, am the Gibbo 304, and we've got a little introduction to go through today. Gonna introduce you guys into the Dubv Racing Oval Progression Series. One of our own had made this series up for a different set of rules and different settings and things, and since we haven't heard much back from them and stuff lately, but we do have some interest in putting this series together, we're going to go ahead and kind of pump out our version of it and see how things go. Um, and just kind of go from there. So go ahead and flip it over to our main broadcast screen here so we can go over some of these things. First, starting out in our Discord. Of course, there are links in our description for those who may be interested and want to join in the Discord. We are starting, you'll see here on our left side of our Discord, the Dubv Racing community. We have this series info. It's like halfway down. And under series info, you'll see the DR Ops. So Dubv Racing Oval Progression Series. So when you click on that, it'll pop up a little thread here. Information about what we got going on, deal like that. We got our scoreboard, which we'll be going over here shortly. List of the preliminary tracks, which for those who haven't noticed, I also went ahead and put into our Iracing calendar here the preliminary schedule for season 4, which I'm going to go ahead and have that open here because we'll probably go through that here in a little bit for a few things. So, like, say, like your street stocks, that's what we're going to be doing first. So, we'll leave that there for time being. So, underneath our Dubv Racing OPS series, you'll have all the information there. There's a poll in there right now for if you're wanting to take part. Little list of all the rulings and point tallies and stuff in there, which we're going to go over in more detail here shortly. Things like that. And this will be where guys will be posting their results for their races, which will go in further detail on that as well here shortly. So to get started, I figured we'd just kind of go through a little bit of the information, work through and show you guys how we're looking to be receiving everybody's results and all that stuff. So, but that's all in Discord, information on everything and all that under the series info. Again, Dubv Racing Oval Progression Series right there at the top right now. And there is a poll active to get signed in if you are looking forward to doing this series. So we've already got a couple votes in. If you guys know about it and stuff and have been excited for it. So, all right. So as for the way things will work, the Dubv Progression Series is official rules and regulations, a 900 point requirement, which you'll see more on that shortly. The series overview, the way the guy in the community first wrote it up, it was starting off at the ARCA series. I knocked it back one, so that way we can maybe be able to get some guys to join in that maybe don't have the ability to purchase the ARCA car and some of the tracks for the ARCA series and things like that yet, but they are very interested in what we got going on. So we're going to start it off in the stock cars, street stock series, and that'll start our progression. And the other reason I was thinking that is because if we start started in the stock cars. Then by the end of season 4 here of 2025, and we kick into 2026, it seems like there's 4 seasons a year. So starting next year, we'll have ARCA, Craftsman's Truck, Xfinity, and NASCAR for the whole year if you're able to make it through, if you tally enough points. So, but that's where we're starting. The Progression Series is a progression-based iRacing competition. All drivers begin in the Rookie Stock Car Series. At the end of the 12-week season, drivers may earn promotion to the next level. And again, there's your leveling system: stock cars, ARCA, Craftsman trucks, Xfinity, and then the NASCAR Cup, which is your overall goal. The goal is to reach the NASCAR Cup Series through constant performance. Okay, consistent performance. Sorry. So season format. Each season will follow the official iRacing's schedule, 12 weeks. Each week, drivers must compete in 3 official public races at that week's track. Again, we'll go into detail on all this stuff as we keep going. So and every week that comes out for this season 4, you can race as many of these as you want, but come Friday night, only races run on Friday nights must be 3 consecutive races are eligible for your scoreboard to be tallied. And we'll go over how to post your results and all that here shortly. The 3 race results per week will be scored and added together to create a weekly total. So as you see here on the scoreboard, let me scale that. Let me zoom that out one more click here. Okay. So on the scoreboard, you'll see week 1 here. We have race 1 position. Just example, say I got first place. We'll say second place. That'll total me 35 points, which you can see here on the point totals. Say the second race, and say I didn't lead any laps or anything like that. I got zero bonus, which right here is your bonus rewards. So say this next race, I won the race, and I only led the last lap. Okay, so 1 lap led plus a 3-point bonus for winning. So that would give me 4 points, because if I only led 1 lap, I'm sure other people had the most laps, so I don't get that 1 extra. Now, say I won the third race as well. I had the most led laps, so I led at least 1, and I won the race. That gives me up to 5 bonus points. So that would be your total for week 1 in those 3 results. Basic and simple. So once we tally that, let me delete this. And each week, of course, will give you your season point total here that you're trying to accumulate to 900 so that you can move up to the next series. So season standings are determined by cumulative points across all 12 weeks, like we just discussed. You've got the finishing points per race totals all down through here. Bonus points, just like I've got shown on the scoreboard, it's all listed here in the rules and regulations, which you again can find there on the Discord thread if you ever have questions. Then weekly totals, each driver's 3 races per week are added together. This becomes your weekly total. For the season total, all 12 weeks totals are added together to create the season total. The leaderboard is sorted by the highest season total. So progression and promotion. Promotion and progression, whichever way you want to look at it. At the end of the 12 weeks season, drivers with 900 points or more are promoted to the next series. Drivers who do not achieve that 900 points will remain in the current series and have to repeat that next season until they they make that 900 points, right? Once promoted, a driver begins the next season at that higher level. So that would be, oh, this would be like ARCA. That should have been in there. Then trucks, Xfinity, then Cup, since we're starting off with the street stocks. A driver reaching the Cup, a driver reaching Cup Series may remain there for all future seasons. So you can continue to do this progression and continue to try to reach that 900 point total and be the top in points in the cup season and all future seasons. You don't have to stay in that ARCA series or in that Xfinity series or whatever. You don't have to. You can bounce around or whatever at that point. Eligibility and participation. Drivers must complete all 3 races each Friday to be scored for the week. If a driver misses a week, they score 0 for that week. Partial results less than 3 races will still count, but only completed races earn points. Okay, so there's some information on a tiebreaker, if there's any tiebreakers and points. Most race wins, most weekly wins, in order how it would be determined. Conduct and sportsmanship. All drivers are expected to race cleanly and fairly in their official iRacing events. Any deliberate wrecking, griefing, or unsportsmanlike behavior may result in a disqualification and possibly removal from the league. Respect for other drivers and adherence to iRacing sporting code is mandatory. So make sure you're racing clean and fair, or your tallies won't count for sure. Reporting results. Okay, so this is where we're going to get into a little bit of information. So drivers are responsible for submitting their 3 race results each week by the end of the day Saturday. Okay. Results must include finishing position, wins/lap led / most laps led for the bonus points. Results will be logged in the official league tracker spreadsheet by Sunday night each week. And then this is what I've added in here. Okay. Results to be pulled from game results and exported to an Excel file to send, then posted in Discord for your current series. Okay. So what that is meaning is it's very simple to do. If you go in iRacing after your race is over, and I'm going to select this ARCA. What was it? There was one I was looking at here. This NASCAR Pickup Cup, okay? So if I select my results here on the right side, and this is in my results and stats in iRacing, okay? So if I pick that NASCAR Pickup Cup and I hit results, what that's going to do is pop up your result page. Well, instead of trying to find all your information here and be able to get snippets and things like that to be able to get enough information that you have to send us for all the different point totals. If you click this bottom left view results and legacy member site, when that opens up, you've got this very nice plat. It tells you everything we need to know, and it sends it all together. So you can do one of 2 things here. You can either come up and do a print and print it as a PDF and send us that PDF. So if I were to print this and I were to, I've created a folder on my computer for league races, and then I've got this oval progression series, and then I'm going to put in here race results, So say I go one more folder and I do week 1 stock cars. Okay. And we do this, and we just call this race 1, and you can save it. And then what that does is that will give you a nice PDF that you can either attach and send me in Discord so we can tally your points up and we can find all your information there. The other way you can do it, which it does not matter to me how you decide, but inside of that same results screen, once you hit that bottom left button on the iRacing results, you have this output to CSV. Okay. So you can output that, open your file, and it will put everything into a data sheet. I can then find you as a driver. Right there's me. And then I can just kind of, hide everything else, or if I need to, but I can see my position and everything, laps led, fastest laps, anything that I need to get off of this spreadsheet. I can get all the information I need for the point tallies. So then you would just save this. Oh, let me file, save as, and then you would of course have to go to your same folder. So league races, results, stock week 1, and then I would just title this race 1. So either way, it doesn't matter to me how you guys send it. You can send this as a printed PDF, or you can open the CSV, send me the CSV file. Doesn't matter either way. Again, that's from the result page in iRacing, and you hit that view results in legacy member site down here in the bottom left. Bam. Honestly, the print of this would probably work out the best because it's nice and easy. You just print this as a PDF, send the file. So then what that will do is once you have those files sorted, let me pull up Discord here. What you'll do is come over here, and it's just a drag and drop. Say I put Noah B. Gibson for my iRacing name, of course. Race, week 1 races. Week 1 races. So once you have all 3 of your files pulled out and saved, say these are 2 of my 3, basically, I would just drag, drop them in there, and hit enter. And that's what it's going to give me. See, that's why I like the PDFs better, because then I can expand this and see it all right here, or I could pop that PDF up. You know what I mean? So to me, I'd rather have the PDF, but like I said, it don't matter how you guys send that. But then that way, I will see your posts, and you can even mention me. Like if you were to do this, you could say at Noah. Wait. Or what am I? Gibbo? Yeah, at the Gibbo 304, and then have your results, and that will send me a mention that I know I need to go check out. Blah blah blah. So this would be, if we deleted this second one, this would be the ideal way to send it in. Send your results in. Give me an at mention. Give me your name with week 1 races, and then have your 3 PDFs attached inside of that message. And that's it. Okay. I will take those PDFs, open them up, tally your points, and then I'm going to delete those for now because we don't need them. And I'm going to do that. Well, I'll leave that in Discord actually, so that way you guys see how I posted it. But let me do this. So, edit it one more time because I wanted that to be a space down. There we go. So that's how that would be posted in there. You would send that with your little message, week 1 races, with your PDF underneath there attached. So let me pin that message so that that stays around there so you guys can see it. And then, like I said, then I'll pull each of the races out, add them into the leaderboard, get the points tallied, and then we move on for the next season. So, all right. So moving down, media and promotion. Races and standings may be featured on multiple YouTube channels and other platforms, just so everybody's aware. By participating, drivers agree to follow or to allow their names, standings, and footage to be used in promotional content. Rule changes. Dubv does reserve the rights to adjust rules, scoring, or the format between seasons. Nothing will be changed in middle of a season, but if we feel, oh, this would be cool to do, we will add it in at the end of the season before we start the next season. This says any mid-season changes will be communicated clearly to all participants. So if there's something that does come up that we're all in agreement to that this should probably not be this way, then we can make that change. But most, 95%, you're not going to have any changes during the season. That's just kind of the way I've always done things. So that's it for the rules and regulations. Of course, again, in the Discord, you guys can pull that up here. This Dubv Racing Oval Progression Series. You can expand that. You can read it there. You can also hit the little full screen whole file view. That way you can pull it up and see it. So that's the little double arrows right there. And then if you want to copy your own version of it, just download it right there. That way it pulls it up. You can put it into a file with everything else you got going on, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So as for the Rookie Street Stock Series by FANATEC, which is our first series that we'll run, these are the tracks. These are the weeks that things will be running. That way you know if you need to get any extra tracks or whatnot. The one thing that we didn't show in there, did I skip over it in notes? I think I did. Let me pull that up real quick. There is a section that we had talked about. He may not have put it in this. Let me double check. We had a No, he took that out. Okay. At first, we were only going to count like 8 of the weeks, but changing the way we did the point structure, all 12 weeks count. If you don't make it there, you don't make it there. You still have plenty of time and chance to earn your 900 points to progress, though. So, but that's what I was looking for. Um, so as is, so for the tracks, most of these street stock car tracks are free tracks. So, like Langley's free, USA International's free. This one I think you would have to purchase. This is a purchase. I think this one's free. I think this one's free. Lanier's free. I'm not positive about this one. I believe this one might have been a free one. And then these last two, of course, are free again. So a lot of the street stocks, you won't have to do a whole lot of purchasing this first season. And I wanted to do that on purpose. Like I said, so you guys can kind of get a feel for how we're going to run the progression and everything like that and see what we want to get into. As for once we move to the ARCA Menard series, which would be season 1 of 2026, we'll have a schedule put in, of course, by then, but there'll be different tracks that may have to purchase to be able to compete in that series, right? So this will give everybody a chance to get into it with the street stocks, see if they want to continue on with the progression into the ARCA series, or if they would just want to stay in the street stocks and keep trying to be the top dog in those, So this whole series gives many things that we can do. We can, get to a certain series that you don't want to progress out of, and you stay there and just try to be the king of that series. You know what I mean? So that's what we're looking at for those things. As for in Iracing, we showed you how to record your results and post them. But just as a kind of a rough visual, so your street stock would be the free car, the Panther C1, and that would be what we would be doing our first series on. So everybody has this car. It's a free car. Guess it's not going to give us. There you go. So everybody has this car. Everybody should be able to do, a majority of the season and get in underway, basically. Just kind of understand how to do it. So this will start off in week 1 of season 4. We'll get in here, get started with this series, start tallying the points. Of course, if anybody has any questions on how we're running all this and how we've got plans to do things, definitely give us a message in Discord. Let us know your concerns, your thoughts, what you think. But other than that, it'll be interesting to see how all this works out. I'm excited to see how many people take to it. And we'll get in and get started very soon. Of course, those on a side note who are looking to get into other series, we have a Dubv Racing League that we've got going. Applications all taken all the time. We invite friends and people we know. We've got everybody in here so far that we've kind of known on iRacing. We've got a GT3 and a GT4 multi-class series that we're going to run a season of here starting September 27th is our first weekend. And that runs every other weekend up through January 3rd, which will commence at Nürburgring for the finals, basically. So take a part in that. Definitely check us out. We got plans to do a GTE endurance series. I got a hill climb series that I'm going to put out. Um, Probably some dirt oval stuff, some rallycross series things. So big plans. Got a lot going on here in the next year. Um, but starting it all off, the Dubv Racing OPS series, Oval Progression series. So come join in, have a good time, have some fun with it. It's not like most other series that you see in league races. So this will be kind of a grind competition, basically, in a way. So excited to see how it turns out. But thanks for supporting the channel. Don't forget to give us a like and a sub. And we will see you guys out on track.